Amorim's relationship with Rashford has broken down to the extent that Amorim only speaks to him when addressing the Man United squad generally. Well, I mean, for him to say what he said in that presser, it was a new... Remember when me and you kept going not back and forth. It was like, I'm saying, I don't even think it's that he's training bad. I think just because he's done the interview, it meant you can train good if you want. You're not getting in. Amorim's cleared that one up, saying he's training shit still.
Yeah.
So that cleared that one up for me. I always thought like, yes, it's fully done. Bro, should he have said it? Should he have said that?
What? Which one? What he said the other day?
Amorim.
You know what? I was getting back and forth.
What do you think about this? Because me and Owen were talking about this to say.
Yeah, I've been getting back and forth with this one because I've got mixed feelings on this thing. I think Rashford deserves this. I think if you're trying to get rid of an asset in a lean financial year when we are struggling, I don't know if saying he's not a professional works for anyone. But people say that about players all the time. But like, I don't know.
People are saying that it doesn't matter. When I was making that point, Owen's thing and other people are like, it doesn't really matter by now because the whole world know he hasn't been playing good for time. Whole world knows he went Belfast. They know that his head's effed. So by Amorim saying it doesn't.
And I hear that argument because when I've spoken to one of the delegates and they were like, listen, you heard stuff about Aubameyang, and listen, Barcelona still tried to buy him, regardless of that, right?
They believe
players, they can still get something out of them. The only issue with my alarm, the only issue that I have here is when you're talking about some of these players, they have been great for a long time. Like Aubameyang, you know what he's going to offer you. So you say it's worth that. You know, a Ronaldo, it's worth that. A lot of these players that can be, let's say, troublesome to a dressing room, the payoff is worth it. Rashford's payoff is, look at his seasons. He had that special season under Ten Hag, but then now you're hearing every manager, Andy Mitten comment that came out has had problems.
Everyone's had a problem.
So then after you're saying, well, this is serious because if every manager's had a problem with this guy, this is a big time Charlie. I don't know who this guy thinks he is. Do I want that? Do I need that in my dressing room if we're fighting for a league, fighting relegation, fighting all these different things on different fronts? Do I need a player who's got delusions of grandeur in my dressing room? Actually, I don't. And I got a feeling that even our manager is trying to push so much. He doesn't want him around. He doesn't want to see him he don't want to see him in certain moments. But again, obviously the players have the union, right? And if he leaves them out, it becomes a union type issue. So before that, you know what? You can train. I'm not selecting you. That's one thing. The one thing I get as a manager is, yep, you can train, but then on match day, I don't have to put you in my team sheet. But I would rather you outside of this because we're fighting and you're not with us. Like, you ain't got the mentality or the attitude for this fight. And it's because you thought you had somewhere else to go. And that's what I really think happened. I don't believe it's because of the interview. I think the interview pissed him off. But then it's what
because he left the window open for him. He said that it's up to him. You can train. That's why. Because another people I've done Inside Devil today, and Paul Parker was on there. I was asking him like, what do you think? And he's saying he's left the door open. He's saying, because I was like, Paul, don't you think as a player you've been in and around it, like rare, played with the top guys, whatever. Like, is it weird that Amorim's basically saying, can't come in my match day squad. Your training's shocking. Yeah, you look after yourself. Your attitude's shit. Yeah, but it ain't that shit because you're still allowed to be around the first team when we're training day in day out. But then, is that counterproductive? Like, but he's saying it's just basically giving him a chance. Say no, the door's still open. Show me. Yeah, I'm not ostracizing you so you can't show me. I'm giving you a chance every single day to start training properly. Up until now, you haven't taken that chance. So I do get that. Because my thing was, why is not a lot? Because basically, Paul Scholes said, it's interesting because I brought this up a couple of days ago and I was like, no one's really talking about the fact that Amorim's saying you're rubbish, you can't get my squad, but you're allowed to be around. Isn't that counterproductive? Because you don't want, because if you're training, imagine we're all in training, KG, yeah? And I'm not selecting you for the Flexing KG show, the match view, whatever. But in the trainings, you're on these streams in the back. But like your negative vibe or whatever's going to rub off. Like it's either you're not in this thing or you are. Because Paul Scholes was like, for what he's done, he should be banished from the squad, he said.
Oh, no, because we all know what's going on. And when the window's open and your brother's going on tour around town, it's fine. It's going to be a problem. And that's what I was trying to tell everyone. I said, listen, we've got a real issue. Once this window closes, now we have a problem. Everyone at Man United has a problem, and they're going to have to fix it, because what are you going to do? You're going to have this apparent asset that he's not willing to play at all, but you've got 300 and something on the bench. The four, when you say, well, the option was he was leaving. Now he's not leaving. What are we doing? It's a different conversation. They said when the window closes, we'll discuss that. But then when the window closes, Rashford will have this. I think he's had the realization already. This man was going to lower his wage. You first heard, but Barcelona willing to lower the wage. So now you look back at the AC Milan thing, and it kind of does make sense. Well, he's willing to make these special dispensations for a team like Barcelona. Well, was that for AC Milan? And AC Milan was like, well, we're a big club, and I'm surprised in the situation you're in, you should want to play for us or we're offering you a great chance. At Barcelona, and where the thought pattern is a bit stupid, maybe he's backing himself. How does he get into that squad? That's my thing. How does he get into that squad and then build up your level so you can have the pick of wherever? And that's why it doesn't feel like it's intelligent. Osimhen is a league winner. He done something for Napoli that hasn't been done in years. Many donkeys, Maradona. Yeah, you're telling me that he has the humility, knowing what he was supposed to go for. They're talking about he's 80 million, 90 million, 100. That's what they're saying about this player. He is now in the Turkish league. Yeah, that's somebody that puts his career first and said, let me show them I've got something. So then when the window opens up again next season, I can go to some great places. Rashford's not thinking like that. And it's weird. It is weird. Maybe, I don't know if he's waiting for Dortmund. This player just looks like he hasn't got a true idea of what he wants to do, and maybe thinking, I can always just fit into that Man United team because they have to play me. I'm used to them acquiescing to me. But and I feel like he's not got it. I don't think he's got that, because Amorim's come out on the heavy-handed and said, yeah.
Remember when I was like, if he stays here, he has to get reintegrated back into the squad, because you can't have him out from it would be from last December now through to August, right? Yeah, it was 12 games now, 12 games now. But I'm saying if the window shuts on Monday and he's still here, if he stays out from then all the way through to when the window opens in June, I want to say, you're talking about December to June inactivity, big man. That's a big problem. However, bro, I ain't gonna lie. After what Amorim said, no way back. There's no way back. There's no way back. Like, if he stays, he can't come back in, because now I've changed that, because I'm like, actually, what's that going to look like for Amorim? Where last week, that means within a day or a week or something, Amorim's like seen something in him that's changed. And listen, he has said this whole time, this is on Marcus Rashford to change this.
Yeah, like, so why can't he come back if why can't he come back if the window closes and Rashford tries to put his head down?
I just feel, and football changes very, very quickly. I get that. So you have to always leave the door open. But I just feel that was so scathing, bro. And the way that you said there, and like you're saying, Rashford is out here with his family and whatever, trying to secure moves that ain't securing, bro. Like the market's not on it. Like, it's not. No one's trying to break the bank full levels, and they thought it's gonna be. And his head's not in Man United, bro. He don't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there, bro. Like, and that's where I'm like, I'm not even re-convincing myself again as a fan by going, yeah, he should just lock in. If he just can lock it, he don't want it. He don't want it.
But then the only
issue is, seeing, bro. We're seeing he don't want it.
But then, what do you think about this flex? Because yes, he doesn't want it
at United. At United,
yeah, he doesn't. No, but then the window closes. Yeah. His options become few and far between. And footballers want to play.
He's going to remain professional and not.
Footballers want now. He has to want it now. He doesn't have that. Everyone can move scatty because the window's open. The window closes. You've got nowhere to go. Are you going to rest on the bench? Yeah, rest in the stands until
6
summer,
months.
until preseason. There's no chance. There's no chance. And collect the bag.
Well, guess what, KG? Here's what the pros would say, or ex-pros would say. Yeah, because when I see like Rio speak about this, and I've seen Troy Deeney speak about this, people go, "Oh no, Troy Deeney couldn't lace Marcus Rashford's left boot." Them man know what it takes to be a pro. Like when someone's just done stuff in the Prem, loads of games, whatever. Don't matter whether it's bloody Dean Ashton or flipping, Andy Cole. Like, if you know what it takes to be a pro, you can have these sorts of opinions. So I listen. I don't care how good the player was. I listen. Yeah. When they're talking, they're going, "Well, this is how does Marcus? What's he saying? Can he get?" Because when you're saying, "Do you want to sit down there?" Some pros are saying to me, ex-pros have said to me, I'm not going to say all of the names, but some of them said to me, "Oh, mate, you just sit on the 300. What do you mean? Just go training. Calm. Got to get a move at some point."
I hear it.
So it depends on Marcus. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it depends on Marcus. But Marcus has never been in this position before.
Well,
he's never had a career.
Do you trust him to lock in? Do you trust him?
I don't trust him.
What's been going on?
No, not at all.
To go, do you know what? The window's shut. Let me get my head down and work, because I don't. It's finished. It's finished.
No, I trust the ego of the player. I trust the ego of the player.
What, to get back and work?
Not to get back and work. I trust the ego of the player to say, well, now, like, I don't look good. This brand Rashford that he's protected his whole career, that they put something out, he put something out. I'm fit. There's been messages that have been coming from both camps. Yeah.
Well, no, but this
brand Rashford is not gonna
responded to stuff because of that.
Yeah. Well,
like,
now
he hasn't come up and said anything to Amorim's.
Oh, but he has been saying stuff. Where do you think those?
He's just been saying, "Come on, boys," like all that stuff.
No, but where do you think all there's times where press conferences are just Marcus Rashford based? You think he ain't got friends in there that Ollie's apologized to Marcus Rashford about when players need to focus on, he said basically he needs to focus on things on the pitch, not so off the pitch. And then Ollie's come and retract. A lot of people retracted their statements about Rashford. Rashford has ruled this place.